This is actually very satisfying. You think you gotta spend a bit more time being artistic? You wanna be that mindful individual? Well, boy, do I have a video for you.
Hey yo, what the?
You did not see any of that, and the video will start now. Psst. This guy's gonna be talking about mindfulness again. Run.
A few moments later.
There are definitely there are definitely much other, how do I say this? Happy November, everyone. I hope you're keeping well. We talked a lot about mindfulness on the channel. Well, actually, it's the only thing we've talked about on this channel. And today isn't any different to that. We're gonna be talking about mindfulness.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But you've probably seen from the title and the thumbnail of the video, we're going to be talking about art. And when I say art, we're talking about coloring or drawing. And the reason I did this because I think they're the most accessible ways of being artistic or being mindful artistically. And it kind of links in with a point later in the video that art is one of the easiest ways to be mindful. So then I subsequently chose the easiest version of it. That's not to say that there aren't other ways of doing art and there aren't other ways of doing mindful art. I just couldn't go into the research for all of it and to categorize all of it. So for now, we're just going to look at these. If you find this interesting and you feel like you want to go and find more about your specific type of art that you enjoy, feel free to do that yourself or leave a comment down below and I can try to do that. So let me know. One of the things we've talked about in relation to mindfulness in a lot of the previous videos is that there are two different types of mindfulness, or two ways to be mindful. One which would be focused attention, which would be focusing on the art that you're doing, trying to create that masterpiece. Or the other one would be open monitoring, where you're just there doing what you're doing and you're relaxing, you're kind of clearing your thoughts. And well, surprisingly for art, you can do both. It's not really a surprise, but you can do both. And it's kind of flexible in that way. On top of that, if you want to use art as a way to be mindful and you get good at it, it is one of the easiest ways and the most applicable ways to be mindful, because you can do it at any time of the day, like not even the day, like night. In fact, if you want to be mindful and creative at 3 a.m., feel free to. You can. No one's really stopping you and there's no limitations to doing it at that time. And also related to that is you can do it anywhere. If you want to do it at home, you can do it at home. You don't need to go outside to do something. You don't need to go to a specific place to do it. You can do it at home. In fact, you don't even need to leave your bedroom to do it. You can just do it in your bed. But also, you can take it with you. If it's portable, you can take it with you. And let's say you're at a really pretty view up on a mountain. You can do it up in the mountains as long as your stuff is portable, and that's why we're sticking to drawing and coloring. And you can do it in that situation, whereas like if you were walking, you can't really walk on the spot. When you're up in the mountain, you can obviously just sit there and watch the view, but if you really feel like doing something while you're up there, you can be creative while you're up there, as long as your materials are portable and they're not too heavy and whatever. So you can do that. But also related to that, they're pretty accessible in the sense that they're cheap. Like a pen and a paper, or a pencil and a paper, isn't too much for drawing. For coloring, you just need coloring pencils and some paper and obviously some designs to color in. Or like most of these are available on a tablet too. Most people might have a tablet, so you can draw and color on your tablet already. So whether you want to do it digital or on paper, it shouldn't be too expensive. It should be accessible no matter where you are, really. Now that I think about it, the mountain example probably isn't that good. A better one would probably be you can take it to work with you, or let's say you're going on a train or you're visiting someone, you can take it with you. And if you get a bit of downtime, like let's say your lunch break, a lot of us will just take out our phone, eat, scroll, you can just eat and then do some creative work and be calm and like help you relax and then get back into the rest of your day. Or if you have a long commute, you can just whip it out and do it on your commute home. If you're not driving, you don't get to be mindful in that way. You can just sit on the bus or train, do it as you're going home, and you'll be relaxed by the time you get home. So maybe those are better. Now, usually at this point in any other video, I would be like, oh, you should do this thing that makes you mindful because it's great and it benefits everyone no matter what age they are and what they do. And well, haha, because that's exactly what I'm going to say about art. You can be any age, you can do whatever you want, and it will be mindful and it will be beneficial for you. And well, let's show you, because there is research showing that doing art is beneficial for your mindfulness, even for children, adults, and even the elderly people, So there is research there to say it benefits everyone of all ages. And not just age, it can help anyone regardless of their age. Like there's research there that shows this be helpful for people with anxiety, depression, working nurses, people in chemotherapy, and people with musculoskeletal pain. And now, those are a weird bunch of examples to use, but it's just really to prove the point that, hey, it really is beneficial for everyone. And that's all without considering the fact that art can help you creatively express yourself, and it might be a great way for you to communicate sometimes. And also, like, if you're creatively expressing yourself, it might help you get into that flow state, which is also linked to mindfulness. Okay, I don't think I need to tell you too much more on that. Just go get your materials and get started. In fact, don't even go get your materials, get materials and start being creative. And it'll help if you make it into a habit, and to make it easy to make it into a habit, you can have your materials, put them in a specific place, have them accessible and easy to go so you can just pick them up and do it whenever you need to. But when you build a habit, you know, just even like 5 minutes before bed, or when you wake up, or when you're on your lunch break, and I promise you, if you just go and do that and try it, it will benefit you. And if it doesn't, come back and tell me in the comments. But I know you won't be back for that reason. So, anyways, that's been me. Peace out. There really are so many ways to just be creative or be artistic. Like, I mean, like, just the examples would be like origami, mosaics, drawing, coloring, painting, even with like embroidery or like cloths or like lights or drone work. Like, there's so many different ways to be artistic and make masterpieces. It's insane. The list just goes on forever.